Hey friends, Micah Berg here, CEO of Real Joy Vacations and founder of Vacation Rental University. I'm here with our chairman, Jim Olin, the grand old man of the industry. He's been doing vacation rentals for a little over 200 years.
About 210.
210 years. Jim, tell everybody what you've been doing, just brief, like a 30-second brief history of Jim Olin.
Been in the industry for over 30 years, have grown 3 companies, pretty good size, including Resort Quest. When we sold it, we were at 20,000 units, about $1 billion of property under management, 250 associations, 200 real estate agents, and grew a third company, Sterling Resorts. And since then, been mostly doing a lot of mergers and acquisition work in the vacation rental industry and consulting with a lot of companies, a lot of those new to the industry as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and so at Real Joy Vacations, we're not nearly that clout, but we are kind of what Jim would say is the future of what the industry is going to look like. So we've been around 9 years. We manage a little over 400 properties in 5 cities. We do $25 million in sales, but what sets us apart is the way we feel about the industry, the processes we've created, how we use technology, and quite honestly, our margins are just really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and so we're an off-site, new breed management company operating at a professional level. Right. And so after that introduction, you're probably like, what the heck are these guys talking about? Is this like a rah-rah go me video? Yeah. Well, no, this video is for Vacation Rental University, and we get asked every time we show up somewhere, well, why VRU? So we wanted to do a quick video about it and just explain to everybody out there why we're creating Vacation Rental University and what we're doing here. So Jim, from your experience, 210 years in the vacation rental industry, why the heck VRU now in 2018?
Well, because dinosaurs wouldn't have joined it back when I started.
True. Yeah.
Mainly, for 35 years, I've seen and been involved in something that I have a hard time calling an industry, because I really don't think we have an industry.
Right.
We have a business that all of us are doing our own ways. And
but isn't it a $40 billion
it's
industry?
It's a $40 billion industry that everybody's getting involved with or has been in their whole life, but is it really an industry? And I feel as though one of the absolute precursors to truly having an industry is to having some kind of educational format. Yeah. There are no degrees in vacation rental management. And so this could provide the forum and will provide the forum for people to help bring the boat, float it higher and higher in the sense of professionalism. Yeah. We have to, as an industry, be able to train each other and ourselves to take it to another level.
Well, and if you Google any industry out there, from auto mechanic, hotels, obviously.
Absolutely.
I mean, you name it. Every one of them has some sort of defined learning path that you go to before you're an accepted industry participant in whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Except for vacation rentals.
Yeah, and there really are no full-blown, all-format type of educational ways to earn certifications, to learn from best practices, to understand things that others have done that may not have been the best idea.
Yeah.
It's great to do it over the water cooler. It's much better to be able to do it in a structured format that is easily searchable and able to learn in a quick time for you and your staff.
Yeah. And future-minded. So it's got to be, we're all ADHD in our industry, hyper, intensive there. There's 1,000 things to do in any given day. And so we're going to boil these things down to small, bite-sized chunks that you can absorb and apply. Everything's going to have the method behind the madness, and so you can build on your business step by step. For me, why VRU, and you've helped me grow my business and seen kind of the evolution. I'm just very frustrated at the industry in general. After 9 years, we operate in Denver, Nashville, Austin, and heavily in Destin, Panama City Beach.
Right.
Every place has a different law and a different requirement and different taxes and different ways that things have to be done. There's no seat at the table for a vacation rental manager, and I'm seeing all these laws change even in my own city, and I can't have a seat at the table to say, well, here's how it works, because even though my business may be professional, the vast majority in the industry are not, and therefore they're not going to listen to one guy with a few hundred units, even if I'm the best in the world. They have to listen to what the whole industry is doing, and so that frustrates me. is we're in a $40 billion industry. I make a lot of money. I have friends in the industry that make a lot of money that do a really good job at this. And we can't guarantee that our future is going to be secure.
No,
We can't.
Micah, think of it this way. Every industry has performance standards,
Yeah.
okay? I'm not saying we make everybody vanilla. I'm saying that every industry has some kind of thresholds or performance standards. We all have them internally.
Right.
But are we really an industry unless we have a cohesive way of measuring ourselves
Yeah.
and comparing? And as an industry, not as individual companies doing similar things.
Right, right. Yeah, so, at Real Joy Vacations, we have created every process you could think of.
Yep.
I've even gone down the road of trying to do the ISO 9001 certification, which you laughed at,
Yep.
and it doesn't really fit. But the idea is that you can take an employee from not knowing the industry, which is crucially important, because as this industry grows, you're not going to be able to recruit from competitors who train people well.
Right.
You have to take the administrative assistant out of a law firm and the car salesman and turn them into vacation rental managers
Right.
or reservationists. And so we're creating systems to do that. It works great for our own business. We hire 2 people a week and have them trained and functional going into the season in a matter of days.
Right.
Not to mention, as Jim will plug for me, our margins, gross and net, are
The best in the business.
well beyond our competitors because of these efficiencies that we've mined out. And quite honestly, in my opinion, if we all were doing the same thing, we could then all take it to the next level.
Right.
Because the hotel industry, you're going to be friends with your hotel competitor down the road, and because of that friendship and that cooperation, and you both maybe went to the same school, you both do better.
Right.
It works like that in
But
almost
it's
every
from,
industry.
You're from the same industry, and I use that again. I do a lot of mergers and acquisition work, and I can tell you, sitting down at a closing table, there are no 2 financial statements that even look remotely like each other when you're doing the exact same thing. 2 hotels, there you could probably see very much similarities between their profit and loss statements. You won't in our industry.
Yeah. So why VRU? Our goal is, with your help, we can create a real community. I can teach you what I know as perhaps what can become the future of the vacation rental industry. We're going to build it off of what Jim's seen throughout the entire industry over 210 years. And together, we can take simple things like chart of accounts,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
standardize that across the industry. I can teach you how I derive my margins, how I grow my staff. Maybe you're interested in adding new units to your program. So my owner acquisition strategies
Yep.
to save you time and money not doing that. When it comes to new softwares on the market, or how to take a reservation, all of these things.
Or how to position your company to sell or to buy other companies.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
when we say university, we don't take this term lightly. There will be hundreds upon hundreds of hours of bite-sized videos and sort of what you could think of as an encyclopedia. And you're going to be able to access what you need today, learn that, become competent. And then what I like about it is, once you learn, let's say, new owner acquisition, all of a sudden you may have HR problems and need HR and
Right.
culture and some of these things.
Good
and
problems.
And then as you start making money, you're going to need financials and financial management and all of these sort of things. And so we're going to cover all of that, and it'll be useful to you where you're at today. And I think that's step number 1 in our industry, is we're not going to put you through school that's really boring and expensive. We're going to let you learn what you need to learn, when you need to learn it, and help you apply it right away. If we all get better, I'll make more money, you'll make a ton more money, and Jim can finally retire at 298 years old.
There you go. That's
All
what I
right.
want to do.
Are we leaving anything else
Now,
out?
the way I look at it is, VRU is a path to us finally being recognized as an industry.
Yeah. So we need your help. Check us out. Help us build the community at thevru.com. We'll see you there.